Hey everybody, it's Mr. Marshall. I'm here at Stony Lane, and this is one of our students here. This is Eden. Eden is a big fourth grader, and I want to tell you about something really special that Eden does. Okay? Eden, are you a reader?
Yes.
Yes, you definitely are. And so readers use all different kinds of tools to be a better reader. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, so one of the tools that Eden uses is this thing. What is this called?
Reader's notebook.
A reader's notebook. And the thing is that a reader's notebook, it has a different meaning too. Sometimes it's called a thinking notebook. Because a reader's notebook helps you think, right? And so sometimes your teacher might say, I want you to do this in your reader's notebook. I want you to do that in your reader's notebook. And sometimes that happens. But the thing that Eden does is she makes a lot of decisions about things to put in her notebook without her teacher. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Okay. So let's look at this page here. So we're going to look at 3 different parts of your notebook today because maybe people that are watching this can learn from it. Okay?
Okay.
So the first is this. You were reading about capybaras, right? Capybaras are an animal, right? And you were using your notebook to collect some of your facts. So I notice right here you've got habitat, and then some writing. And then you've got how they survive, and then some writing. Can you tell us what you did on this page? Use a big voice.
On that page, I did topics of how they would survive in the wild, and about them, and the reason why I colored coded is because to remember it more, because I think on the next page there's something like colored code or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not here, but this is a vocabulary page. That's vocabulary about the capybara, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you color coded, and that's really smart because if you color code something, then you can remember it. And all the red stuff in your notebook about capybara is habitat, that's where it lives, right?
Yeah.
All the green is about how they survive.
Oh yeah, it's that page.
And here's another one. This is a different animal. Or is it? Yeah, this is a, oh no, here it is, capybara. And all the red parts are about the habitat. Wait a second, let's get on the camera. And the green parts are about how they survive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then what you can do is you can then go back and sometimes a reader will just focus in on a certain part of their nonfiction reading. And if it's color coded, then I'm just going to read the red parts today. I'm just going to read the green parts today.
Yeah, and then I did the paragraph.
Great. Okay, so let's look at another part of your notebook that we were talking about before. And so over here we go. So you were getting ready to write a literary essay. So a literary essay is when you write an essay about all the different things that you're thinking about in some books. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell us about this chart?
I did the over here, right there, on the characters, and then I did it about them, and then this is the theme about the story.
Okay. So you've got lots of different characters and they're all from different books, aren't they?
Yeah.
Anna is from what book?
And a banana.
Okay, and Fox?
Fox.
Yeah. Suds?
4th grade rap.
Yeah, so you were writing about lots of different books in this chart. And then, that's something that readers do is they think about more than one book at a time, especially when you're in 4th grade, right? Where you're reading books that are longer chapter books. So that can be hard to keep track of lots of characters from lots of books,
Yeah.
right? And so this helps you to organize. And then what did you do with the columns on the right? Because I think that's the really important part.
That's just the theme about that story. So yeah, that's the theme about the story, about that story.
Yeah, so what you told me you did was you started thinking about one of them and then seeing if that was true in some of the other books too. And then you came up with a big idea for your essay. What was your big idea? It's right here, right?
Yeah. my big idea about the essay was bad things can happen in books, but it motivates the characters to do like good things.
Wow, bad things can happen to characters in books, but that can motivate characters to do good things, right? And that was true in lots of different books, right? And so you wrote about that with Anna Banana, you wrote about that with Fox, fourth grade rats, right? That's good. And then you were able to go on and write a really long, well-written essay. Excellent, excellent. Okay, let's look at one more thing. Now, sometimes we said that the teacher tells you what to do in the notebook, right? And it's not because the teacher's trying to be bossy, but the teacher's trying to teach you how to do different stuff, right? Because then maybe you can use it in your own way later. So let me find this page that we were talking about. Okay, so one day your teacher told you that you can make something like this, and you were reading about characters, and you were thinking about kindness, and you were thinking about worriness, or like how much they worry, and clumsiness. And your teacher told you to do low, medium, high. How kind is your character? How much does your character worry? How clumsy is your character? How did you use this chart here?
Well, it's like I did it like a scale. So like how kind is she? So then I put like high because she's like very kind to like her friends and stuff like that. For like the worriness, she's like in the middle, and then clumsiness is like low. So I did it like how it's like a scale of like how she is.
Right. Now, so real people are like that too. But you know when you're little and you read books and like there's a character that's just mean and is always mean and is really very mean, or a character who is really smart and always smart and, you know, smart in every way. Are real people like that? No, right? And characters inside of these big chapter books are more like real people, right? So they're a little bit of this and a little bit of that, or maybe a lot of something, right? And so it helps you to think more about your characters in a way just like they could be real people, right? And so as you keep on reading, you can be thinking, well, I'm expecting her to be very kind and to worry sometimes and a little bit to be clumsy, right? And then you can think about, is that changing? But here's the really magical thing that you did in your notebook, okay? 2 months later, you were reading a whole other book. You were reading Because of Winn-Dixie, right? I love that book. And you decided, no one told you to do this, but you decided that you were going to try the same thing out. So here we go. And so you had different words and different characters. So what were your words now? Sensitivity, kindness,
caring, and
welcoming. Being welcoming. And you thought about how much the character was of all of those things. That was that Gloria Dump, the character you were thinking about?
The bottom is Gloria Dump, and then the top one is Opal.
Wow. So you were able to think about these characters in a whole new way and get to know them better? Wow. And then what did you do next? Like, did you use that information as you kept on reading?
Not really. I just like wrote it down just in case if I read it for like the end of the story.
Okay. But you see like what Eden's doing? She's taking work that her teacher's telling her she has to do, and then she's trying to figure out how to do it on her own. And like on a day when the teacher's not telling her to do it, and trying to use the strategy in a different way. Okay? That's something that you can do. So this reader's notebook can just be like a really boring thing that a teacher makes you do, wah, wah, right? Or it can be something that makes your brain kind of light up when you're reading a book and get really excited about a book if you start making decisions inside this notebook and turning it into a thinking notebook. Okay, so think about all the smart things that Eden was doing. Thank you, Eden, for sharing all that and teaching everybody about how to use this notebook in the best way possible. Thank you so much. So why don't you try some of the things that Eden taught you, and I'll see you next time. Say bye.
Bye!